Here's a plywood version, it's much easier to build. Sweet Pea is the name of it. Yeah. It works great, easier to build, and probably make the traditionalists throw up to see a plywood peapod, but there is one, and it works. There's one frame, and there's 3 frames actually. There's one frame in the center, and then there's a couple of frames at each end. And that's sufficient to give a good stiff bolt. That's all you need, and because the less frames, the lighter the bolt, and that's always a nice feature too. Some of the smaller ones, these bolts, like my 11.5-foot car topper and some of the punch, you can throw them back of a station wagon or pickup and go with them. That's typical of Phil Bolger. You make this plywood deck section first, and then you set the bolt up around it. Side panel, bilge panel, bottom panel. They're all laid out in the plan. Just cut them out and put the bolt together. It's built upside down on that deck layout first, and then you put your side around it, then your bottom panel on next, and then your bilge panel in between. And with this method, you use wires to hold the planks together, and the plank edges are not beveled. They want to be open to the outside so that they're crammed full of resin putty, and then they're smoothed off, then taped on the inside and the outside, and the whole bolt gets a layer of cloth on the outside. Then it has another feature. It has this keel, this removable keel. This goes up in the boat like that, and it keeps it going straight for rowing and sailing. A little bit of a drag for rowing, so you can take that off if you want to, but I like the feel of it rowing so well that I would just have a tendency to leave it on there. It has a little 43-foot square foot spritsail if you want a little bit of extra power. Then the rudder, you see, is inboard, and so when you're sailing, and you want to shift your rowing, you just put that tiller back into a little slot there, and that keeps the tracking straight. It's one nice feature, really. And I'd say if you're quite skilled, you probably can do the whole thing, sail rig and all, in a couple of weeks, according to how much time you have to lend to it and so forth.